evening and welcome to this edition of News Leader on 6. Today is Tuesday, October the 27th, 2020. I'm Andrew Todd. In tonight's news, the Tullahoma Wildcats won the region on Friday night. Tullahoma Alderman Blanks asked for civility among the board, and early voting ends on Thursday. We'll have all these stories and more on tonight's News Leader on 6.
When your family suffers the loss of a loved one, the caring and compassionate staff at Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel are standing by to assist you in every way possible. We are proud to support local industry and offer only Batesville caskets. Many funeral homes don't own or operate a crematory. We utilize the only crematory in Coffee County. Your loved one never leaves Coffee County. We can accommodate any need and any budget. Consider our complete pre-need service to remove this burden from your family during their time of grief. Lock in today's low costs and protect from inflation. Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel. Our family caring for your family.
Here at Stan McNabb Collision Center, we work with all major insurance companies, and we get the job done right the first time, on time.
Well, I grew up in Tullahoma. We'd always done business with Stan McNabb, so when we needed collision service after a run-in with a deer, we knew to call those guys. We already had trust with them. We called Cody. He took great care of us. He kept us posted every step of the way, and we couldn't have been more pleased.
Getting your vehicle back to pre-loss condition shouldn't be a headache. So in event of an accident, contact me, Cody Hall, at Stan McNabb Collision Center.
Hi, I'm Fran Gray with Alzheimer's Tennessee. When you receive a diagnosis of Alzheimer's disease for yourself or someone you love, please know that you do not have to go through this journey alone. Alzheimer's Tennessee is here for you to provide support and education, all the help you may need to get through this challenge. Our number is 931-434-2348. We encourage you to give us a call. We're here to help.
Welcome back. The early voting period for the November 3rd, 2020 election began on Wednesday, October 14th, 2020 and ends on Thursday, October 29th, 2020. Registered voters in Coffee County can appear and cast their ballot for the candidates of their choice at the following locations: CD Stamp Center at 810 South Jackson Street in Tullahoma from 9 a.m. until 5 p.m., or voters can go to the Coffee County Election Commission offices at 1329 MacArthur Street, Suite 6 in Manchester. Voting times in Manchester are from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. Voters need to bring a federal or state photo ID when they appear to vote. This is true for early voting or November 3rd Election Day voting. If citizens do not vote early, they will need to vote on November 3rd at their assigned precincts. Hours for all precincts on Election Day will be 8 a.m. until 7 p.m. Anyone who is in line to vote at 7 o'clock will be allowed to vote. If you have a question, you can always call the Coffee County Election Commission at 931-723-5103. And the Tullahoma Wildcats won their region on Friday night when they defeated Nolensville 29-14. John Gray spoke with Coach Olive about the win during the John Olive fifth quarter show.
All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm John Gray here with Coach John Olive. It's the John Olive fifth quarter show, and we beat Nolensville last night and won the regional championship. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you very much. I'm very proud of our young men for what they've accomplished.
You and your coaching staff, we can't forget about that, because those young men wouldn't be there without some good coaching.
Well, thank you. And I'm very proud of our coaches and support staff. I mean, Heath McCullough's down there this morning working on people, because that was a very physical football game last night.
It was. And I was just talking to the coach. I was telling him, I said, I'm glad it wasn't any colder than it was last night, because they soaked him down pretty good after the last play of that game. There were ice chunks on the field, and you were soaked. They didn't miss any part of you.
They got me good.
and I thought it was just great. Those young men were so excited to do that.
And I appreciate Zach Birdsong snapping the shot of the pictures of the players that did it, so that I could figure out who I need to get back.
Yeah. I bet they don't care about this one, Coach.
No,
they'll take care of it for you.
I've already talked with Tyreek, and he's the one that you can easily see. And so anyway,
well,
it's
and
good.
You talk about, as you watch
good.
this film, you talk about a young man that had a great football game last night. There was a bunch of them that did, but he had a very good football game last night.
Yes, our defense played extremely well, and I think we held them to like 51 yards rushing, and that's a big time accomplishment. Their offensive line's the best offensive line that we've played against this year, now Gallardi, he was a handful throwing the football. We had a hard time. We didn't get any sacks on him, and sometimes couldn't get any pressure on him. As like I said, that offensive line of theirs is really good as well. But to limit them to 51 yards rushing, that was awesome.
Yeah,
great job by
it
Coach
was.
Sis and the defense.
And he, like you say, that young man can scoot.
He can. He's like a ghost back there. But, he reminds me, same thing with Ryan Scott. They had Ryan Scott dead to right, and we'll point it out here. They run a corner blitz, and Ryan sees it at the last second, gets away from him, and scrambles for almost 30 yards.
Yeah,
so
right.
I think the two best quarterbacks in our region going against each other last night. And, we obviously won the region championship. Nolensville's got to play Marshall County this coming Friday. So we'll see who ends up second and who ends up third. We hope that we see each one of them in the future, because that means we're still winning.
And how many years is this now that Nolensville, this school's even been in existence?
4 or 5.
4 or 5.
Yeah.
And have they've won the region, haven't they?
No, but they've been in the playoffs. Marshall won it last year, but Nolensville went to the state semifinals last year and played Elizabeth and up at Elizabeth.
So they've made it deep. They've made deep runs into the playoffs. Mm-hmm. So I mean, like I said, this is a really good football school and a really good team we're playing here. And I mean, we're holding our own and in control right now. And I mean, that's a really, really good thing, and our young men are playing exceptional.
We were ready to go last night.
Evidently.
We'll be right back with more News Leader after these messages.
Here at Manchester Funeral Home, we know the importance of living and working in our local community, because it's those families who we serve during their time of need honorably. We believe in supporting local business and offer only 100% Batesville caskets, the best in the industry and a driver of our local economy. If you want straightforward and fair pricing while working with the people you know, choose Manchester Funeral Home, serving your community since 1932. And pre-planning and pre-funding can be the best gift you ever leave your loved ones. Call us to pre-arrange. Manchester Funeral Home. Our family, caring for your family since 1932.
I'm Philip Bourne, Stamping Nab Detail Shop Manager. Here are a few things our customers have to say about our service.
What I love most about the Stem McNabb Detail Shop is there's someone local that I can trust to pick up my car, have it cleaned, and deliver it back to me in showroom condition.
What really amazed me is when he opened the hood and looked like he had taken the old engine out and put a new engine inside.
We have several different packages and individual services to get your vehicle looking like new again. We're located just behind Stem McNabb Chevrolet dealership. Call today, schedule an appointment, and see what the difference our detail can make.
Many Tennesseans are wondering, do masks really fight the spread of COVID-19? A recent study shows they do. 2 hairstylists worked for several days with respiratory symptoms and serviced patrons in close contact. Both stylists later tested positive for COVID-19. 139 clients were exposed to coronavirus after being in direct contact. Both stylists and their customers opted to wear masks. No COVID-19 symptoms were identified among the 139 exposed clients or their secondary contacts. Out of the clients that were tested, all tested negative for COVID-19. Face it, masks fight COVID-19.
Welcome back. At last night's Tullahoma Board of Mayor and Alderman meeting, Alderman Jimmy Blanks called for the board to be civil to each other.
There was something published in the Tullahoma News this last weekend if you call me out or call one of the board members out, I'm going to respond to that. If there was something that was published that said all the board members were contacted about appointing Mr. Novia as an alderman. That is not true. They did not contact me. I don't know if they contacted the rest of the board. So, you know, I hadn't had to set the record straight on this board. I'm serving my 12th year. I'm the senior member of this board. I came on this board, I ran 13 years ago and got beat by Coach Mathis and Mike Stanton. And at that time, there was a lot of volatility on the board. And some of the reason I ran was to try to bring civility and normalcy back to this. I would sure hate for us to get back that way. And I would encourage everybody on this board to be civil, to be nice. This is a small town. You know, this is not the national stage. This is not even a state stage. You know, we go to church together, we go out to eat together, our kids go to school. So I would encourage, let's try to chill on that kind of stuff. Because I sure don't want to go back to what it was 15 to 20 years ago. Those of you, there's some of y'all in this room that understand what I'm saying. And if y'all on the board do not understand what I'm saying, then go back and research that and to see how it was. And it was very contentious. And, you know, that just makes me sort of nauseous. And I pray that we can just be a normal board. You know, we don't have to agree on everything, you know, and I don't think we should. You know, there's some things that, you know, for a long time I was the lone no voice on that board up there. And that was, some of that was growing pains and being a freshman alderman, you know. There was a lot of stuff that I didn't know, and you have to put your time in and study it, which is good, but with time, you learn when to speak and when not to speak. After my first meeting on this board, many moons ago, I was running my mouth like a woodpecker. I mean, just brrr. I came home and my wife said, "I'll never watch another board meeting." I said, "Why?" She said, "You talk too much. You don't listen." And, you know, and I didn't know I was doing that. But, so I wrote on a 3x5 card that I kept with me forever. And I wrote it, and I would pull it out, and it said, "Think before you speak." Sometimes when it comes out of your mouth, you can't ever pull it back, and you hurt feelings. I never want to hurt anybody's feelings on this board if we can help it, because we have to work together. And if we can work together, that makes our community better. So, you know, if we're at odds all the time, or there's yang-yang, I don't think that's in the best interest of the city of Tullahoma. And I don't think any of us ran not wanting that to be our number one goal. So, I know this is a little bit preachy tonight, but, you know, we need to work together. We need to think about it before we say something or go online. You know, social media is out there easily, and once it's out there forever. So, you know, and I've tried to tell younger people, they don't, you know, younger than even the people on this board, you know, they post stuff and that's forever. You know, somebody can pull that back forever and forever and forever. So, you know, you might think it before you hit enter or send, sleep on it before you send it. And that's all I have to say. I appreciate y'all's time and thinking about what I said.
And after these messages, we'll be right back.
It's not invoice. It's not MSRP. It's not Christmas Day, although it may feel like it. It's the lowest prices in Middle Tennessee, period. Get to Stan McNabb Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram or Stan McNabb Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac before these prices are gone forever.
All right, the cat's out of the bag at Carroll Street Liquor in Tullahoma. Now you know where to go if you're planning a get-together and want the ideal wine or spirit. Party planning can be stressful, but at Carroll Street Liquor you'll find everything you need. Mixers, gift sets, and all of your favorite spirit brands. So if you're feeling the pressure to pull off the ideal party, come to Carroll Street Liquor and select among the seemingly endless supply of wines, spirits, gift sets, and more. Your perfect party, it's in the bag with Carroll Street Liquors.
He's a little bit of you, he's a little bit of me. He's the trash along the roadside of Tennessee. He's the garbage that we find. He's the dream we left behind. Lord, there ain't no lower class than Tennessee trash. A throwaway bottle or pop-top can may not seem much to a traveling man, but a little bit of litter goes a long, long way. And I grow and get bigger every day. Tennessee trash messing up the highways. Tennessee trash junking up the byways. Lord, there ain't no lower class than Tennessee trash. Lord, there ain't no lower class than Tennessee trash.
We have met the enemy, and he is us.
Welcome back. Also at the Tullahoma City Board meeting, Jimmy Bratcher, the president of the Tullahoma Sports Council, addressed the board about their activities and requesting continued funding.
I thought I'd give a little bit of history of the Tullahoma Sports Council, because I know several of you were not on the board when it was started. We organized in 2017. I believe our first community meeting was November of 2017. In January 2018, the Tullahoma Sports Council was formed as a committee of the City of Tullahoma. About 9 months later, I believe it was in September, we had a significant donor that donated $100,000 to help perpetually fund the Hall of Fame that we had created. And it was decided then that we ought to form a 501c3 organization and break away from the City of Tullahoma. Since then, we've had 3 Hall of Fame banquets. Our third one's coming up in February. We've done a lot of things for the City of Tullahoma. One of our initiatives was to bring tournaments, sporting tournaments, back to Tullahoma. Most of you were too young, but back in the day, there used to be 120 teams that would come in here on a weekend and play softball. And those things have gone away. But I go to tournaments. I was with one this weekend at Cane Ridge in Nashville, and there's teams playing all over the state of Tennessee, but not at our fields. And so our goal is to bring them back here to Tullahoma, support our restaurants, support our hotels. I've already worked with several other of the tournament directors, and I've got several of them on board to bring in tournaments to Tullahoma. Our first one, we hope, is going to make this Sunday at Greider Stadium, and it's our test case. Some of the things that we've done with the money that we've been allocated over the years is doing the banquet. Of course, that's our biggest event, and I encourage all of you to attend that in February. This year it's going to be February 6th on a Saturday night. Another thing is we've put in batting cages at Wagner Park. There's 2 batting cages there now in use that people are using. We're going to add 2 more at Johnson Lane. We have the nets already. We just have to get the concrete done. And with the COVID virus, it has shut us down basically this year. We do an annual cakewalk, which is a fundraiser for my deceased wife. We have helped Alderman Blackwell facilitate the funding of the Jefferson Street project through our 501c3 organization. There's several things that we've done. One of the things that I'm interested in and I want to promote, and that is restrooms and concession stand at Johnson Lane soccer field. It's kind of an embarrassment to what's going on there right now, and we desperately need to fund that. We use your funds to try to better the citizens of Tullahoma, and I hope that you'll continue to allow our funding and approve our appropriation.
It's that time again. The third annual Eli Grow Legacy 8K Run, Walk, Ruck is on Saturday, November 7th at 10 a.m. at the Tullahoma High School football field. The event is a live event this year. However, you can join virtually if you would like. The Eli Grow Legacy Foundation funds scholarships for athletes across Tennessee. The event is a Go Ruck sponsored rucking division again this year. Registration is $35 and includes a t-shirt. You can purchase patches and bands for an additional cost. Coach John Olive and John Gray recently spoke about the event.
I want to talk about Live Your Legacy right here. That is going to be the Run, Walk, and Ruck, November the 7th at the high school. That will be the fundraiser for the Grow Foundation, Eli Grow, and his dream to build a practice facility at the high school for all sports.
For all sports, a workout facility where you go and try to become faster, quicker, and stronger.
And stronger. And it's a great event, and we want you to know that this is not all just pandemic pounds that I have. This is gelato. Gelato Grow. You want to grow this way? Go across the street from our studio and get you Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday, or Friday afternoon, Saturday afternoon, Sunday afternoon. Get you some gelato. Carry a cooler over there and get enough to last the whole week. All that money goes toward this project that was a dream of Eli's. And what a great kid, what a great dream, and what a wonderful family to do what they do for our program here in this town and to help make that dream come true. You can be part of that. So go buy your gelato, and then on November the 7th, go run, walk, and ruck at the Tullahoma High School track.
Registrations can be made at eligrowfoundation.org. We'll be right back with more News Leader after these messages.
Ah, the glory days. Running to daylight on the gridiron and chasing a ball with a mind of its own. Cheering the team to victory and marching to the beat of your own drum. Memories that last a lifetime. But sometimes we're reminded of our glory days in ways we'd rather forget. Get back in the game. The rehab team at Life Care Center of Tullahoma is ready to help you live and play well.
My great-grandfather started it in 1900, and now it's 2020, which is 120 years. We still measure your feet, still try to help you find a good fit. We're just a good old-fashioned shoe store where we'll measure your feet, make sure you're in the right size, and help you find a comfortable shoe for men, women, and children.
We're gonna fit your style. We're gonna make you smile. Service and quality at Clayton Shoe Store. We're gonna fit your style.
Times are very challenging right now, and stress levels are high.
Reports indicate overdoses on the rise in communities across the state of Tennessee.
Those experiencing addiction and their loved ones may be struggling to navigate through all the change.
We want you to know that deaths from overdose are preventable.
And help is available.
Anytime.
Day or night.
How do I know?
How do I know?
I am the face of recovery in
Tennessee.
Welcome back. The 2020 Women Impacting the Community Luncheon, sponsored by Smart Bank, was held on Tuesday, October 20th. While many impactful women were honored, awards were given for Business, Florence Hull, Community Service, Gloria Dameron, Education, Emma Coleman, and Lifetime Achievement, Sandy Hayes. We congratulate the winners from each category and also congratulate and thank all of the women who were nominated. Thank you so much for your service and dedication to our community. The awards were sponsored by Woodard's Diamonds and Design. And don't forget to tune in to this week's Living Show tonight at 6:30 p.m., Thursday morning at 9 a.m., and Thursday, Friday, and Saturday evenings at 6:30 p.m. This week's guests include Judy Jenkins with Trinity Care Center, Richard Chastain will bring by the world's tallest firefighter, and Stephanie Spiegel will talk to us about senior fraud prevention. All that and more on this week's Living. And stay with us, we'll have your weather forecast right after these messages.
My wife Jackie has always been the life of the party. But things changed when she couldn't be as active anymore.
They told me I needed a double knee replacement.
It's not as big a deal as it used to be, but she still needed to go to rehab.
I was amazed at how good the therapists were at Life Care. They took really good care of me.
They took excellent care of her. And now she's back doing the things she loves, and that makes everyone happy.
Life Care Center of Tullahoma wants you to get active and live well.
We're losing it, Doctor.
Not on my shift. Quickly, brush. Roller.
What a transformation. It's gonna be okay.
Okay, nothing.
At Paintworks of Tullahoma, we specialize in domestic emergencies with Martin Senior Paints. You can be the paint doctor too when you treat your home with Martin Senior interior and exterior finishes.
Doctor, we've got another one.
Got you covered.
Paintworks of Tullahoma. Come see the paint doctor, Stat.
We know life at home can sometimes feel like you're living in a bubble. There are challenges living safely in a multi-generational home during COVID-19. Here are a few tips. Separate eating times between family members. Limit trips to the store and contact with people outside of your house. Be sure to remove your mask before entering into the main area of your home. Wash your hands and wipe off items you used through the day. Also, try using every room in your home. This won't last forever, but together we will get through this. For more information, go to tn.gov/health.
Welcome back. We'll take a look at your weather forecast at this time, starting with your weather history on this date. Our record high was in 1963 at 85 degrees. The record low was in 1961 at 24 degrees. The average high for this day is 68 and the average low is 43. Cloudy with a chance of rain tonight with a low of 60. Rain in the forecast for Wednesday with a high of 72 and a low of 66, and the rain continues through Thursday with a high of 74 and a low of 44. And now for something completely different. Monty Python actor John Cleese turns 81 today. Happy birthday to the Minister of Silly Walks. And that's our News Leader Report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. for News Leader on 6. Stay safe and have a great evening.